Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Listen, Learn, Share podcast, a special episode designed for our ocean conservation training module. I'm Tiffany Ernst, and today we're exploring how to connect with communities and stakeholders about protecting our oceans, not just with facts, but through human-centered communication. In this episode, I'll walk you through 3 powerful communication takeaways from our Week 3 learning materials and show you how these techniques can be applied to real-world scenarios with interested or affected parties, or IAPs. Let's dive in. The first key takeaway I learned from the Backfire Effect Part 3 podcast by David McCraney is the concept of value affirmation. This strategy emphasizes starting a conversation by affirming the listener's values to reduce defensiveness, especially when the message could challenge their identity or worldview. For example, instead of opening with statistics about coral reef loss, I might begin by acknowledging a coastal fisherman's deep relationship with the sea and his dedication to sustaining his family business. Scenario. Application. Let's imagine I'm speaking to a generational fisherman in the Philippines whose family relies on reef fishing. Rather than presenting reef degradation data, I'd begin by saying, I know your family has fished these waters for decades and takes great pride in protecting the ocean. That knowledge and stewardship are exactly what makes your voice so powerful in helping us restore reef health. By affirming his values, I create space for collaboration and reduce resistance. This technique is especially important in communities with strong cultural ties to the ocean. The second strategy is affiliative framing, highlighted in the Climate Paradox episode from You Are Not So Smart. This technique involves aligning environmental messages with the audience's identity or values. For example, linking climate action to job security or faith. Scenario. Application. Imagine I'm presenting to a group of small business owners in a Gulf Coast tourism town. Instead of talking about marine biodiversity in abstract terms, I might say, healthy oceans mean healthy tourism. Cleaner beaches and thriving fisheries bring in more visitors and support your businesses year-round. This shows the economic benefit of ocean conservation in a way that resonates with their goals. Affiliative framing connects abstract science with tangible personal outcomes. The third takeaway is the power of narrative persuasion, using relatable stories to promote engagement. Research shows that stories help listeners process complex information more easily and build emotional connections. Scenario. Application. Suppose I'm speaking to urban high school students in Los Angeles, far from the coast. I might tell the story of a teenager named Lena who started a beach cleanup in her neighborhood and partnered with her city council to reduce single-use plastics in local schools. Through Lena's journey, students can visualize how small actions ripple out to create real change. This approach makes the issue feel actionable and personal, even for those who don't live near the ocean. To wrap up, we've learned that effective communication in ocean conservation requires more than just data. By affirming values, framing messages around shared identities, and using compelling narratives, we can build trust and inspire action among diverse IAPs. Sources referenced in this podcast include McCraney, D. Host, 2025, The Backfire Effect, Part 3, audio podcast. You Are Not So Smart. McCraney, D. Host, 2025, The Climate Paradox audio podcast. You Are Not So Smart. Green, MC, and Brock, TC, 2000s. The Role of Transportation in the Persuasiveness of Public Narratives. Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, 79.5, 7 dozen, None 721. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Listen, Learn, Share. Stay tuned for more tools and stories in our ocean conservation training module.